Let's get comfortable in our own skin to not just supersize our business, that too, but to be more confident. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2072 of What's She Up To Now. It's a segment where I document the journey originally as I entered the online world. I'd never been really doing anything in the online world, a couple of things on social media, a couple of little website things for other people and for my family's businesses and things. But for the most part, I was strictly in the offline world, meaning the real world. I call it the real world, which annoys my online friends. But I think that it's important that we have our feet in both worlds, right? Both the offline and the online world. People that are strictly in the online world have a very interesting sense of how to do things. And it's easy to get off track when we're just focusing on online, which is why I think it's important to test and do and work with people physically in the real world, right? I think COVID set us back a long way in terms of our ability to interact with other people. I think society was going that way, and COVID just put the nail in the coffin of our ability to interact as human beings. And we really need to take back that to be more confident, to have better relationships, to be better human beings. So today we talked about being comfortable in our own skin as our idiom for supersize your business. And what does that have to do with doing our business? And I shared 4 traits of people that are comfortable in their own skin, people who know who they are, people who don't need external validation to know who they are, what they're doing, and why they're doing it. And traits of those people are setting an example. People that are comfortable in their own skin set an example. They how they treat other people. I hate to say it, but if you want to know how somebody is going to treat you, just look at how they treat other people, because eventually our true nature shows through, right? If we have an underlying current and a core value of kindness and treating other people with dignity and respect, we treat everybody with dignity and respect. We don't treat certain people differently based on how we look at them or how we judge them. So how we treat, setting an example, how we treat other people, how we handle unsolicited criticism or unsolicited compliments, unsolicited comments. Let's just say, how do you handle feedback, either positive or negative or neutral, from people that you don't ask for it from, right? We see this every day in business. People will get customer concerns or complaints or customer feedback, and they go ballistic. Have you ever had a boss that goes ballistic whenever you get a consumer comment or feedback on your product or service? Instead of looking at like as great information and as a gift and as a way to do something better or to fix a problem or a challenge in your process or your customer's experience, they go crazy and say, oh, the customer's wrong, this isn't right. Also, the customer is not always right. I know people like to think that no matter what, I have to make it right, the customer is always right. But guess what? That assumes and predicates that everybody on the planet is an awesome human being and not out to get something for nothing. Because there are people that are criminals. There are people that lie and cheat and steal and are unethical and immoral. And we're going to run into those people in our career and in our business and in our life. And how do we deal with them? Says a lot about us, right? We don't just bend over backwards and say, hey, whatever you want. That's why we have gangs in this world and in the country, because people don't say, no, this isn't right. We're not going to do that. That's why the mob and gangs and things exist. It's because good people forget to stand up, or they look the other way and they just let things happen. And it takes all of us being who we really are by setting the example, how we treat other people, how we handle unsolicited comments and criticism. And finally, what's the 4th trait? Oh, stay true to yourself. That should be the first trait. I just knocked something on the ground. Doesn't matter. It's just a little prop. I like props. I like stuff around me. I'm definitely a cluttery stuff person. And I'm okay with it. So, are you comfortable in your own skin? I will admit, I often have not been comfortable in my own skin. Couldn't tell you the last time I felt comfortable in a swimsuit. Probably when I was in my 20s, right, is the last time I felt comfortable in my own skin in a swimsuit. Now, mostly I pick and choose things that I feel comfortable in, right? But again, that's something I'm actually working on this month for confidence. I was going to work on something else, and I said, nope, I'm going to choose body positivity, body image, being comfortable in my own skin. I think that was a perfect idiom for me today to get a better picture and clearer picture of what my confidence goal and objective needs to look like as we're in step 3 today of our goal, our confidence goal process, or our goal process. We created this goal process after looking at about 15 or 20 different frameworks in January. And we said, okay, This is going to be our goal process. And we're finding as we use it, it isn't always perfect for every area and aspect of our life. And sometimes we want to swap different steps around, and that's okay. We still have all the steps to get the results that we want in this process. It doesn't matter if we switch around some of the steps. Maybe we want to start with, or we want to come up with an overarching strategy and plan before we break it down into steps. That's one of the ones that I found to be the where, I want to break it down into big steps and milestones, but what's my overarching strategy and plan? I think I would probably switch steps 3 and 4 around, but it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out as we go through the process. So today was to break our goal down into steps. And I realized that, like any other process, sometimes we have to go back a step or two in order to move forward. So I need to go back and I need to identify for myself, what is identity? What does my image? What does body positivity? What do those things mean to me? What's my current definition of them? And then what do I really want my definition to be? Right? What do I want my identity and my brand and my image to be? I picked Pajama Grandma for a while and that didn't really fit. So what is it? Who am I? And how do I want to show up in the world? Every once in a while, I think we need to revisit that. So that's what I'm working on. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.